Well, we're on. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
We should probably start with some introductions.
Oh yeah, I'm first today. I'm Dimitri.
Oh, that's all. Okay. Hi, I'm Megara. Meg to my friends if I had any friends, but you know.
My name is Ella, but Cinderella will do.
Okay. So just waiting for questions to come in, but until then, Isadora Jane says that all the outfits are wonderful, and I agree. Ella, Cinderella, I'm loving this that you've got going on.
Oh, thank you so much. It wasn't my doing. It was my fairy godmother. And you can't see, but I do have my glass slippers with me. Just there's no point in wearing them indoors, but I wanted to have one with me.
I used to have something kind of like fairy godmother, apart from he was, you know, a god who I was stuck in service to for my soul. But anyway.
I can relate. Just, yeah.
That's more like your stepmother, I think.
Yes, but I was in her service and she wasn't kind, so I understand.
We have a couple questions. To all, thoughts on geese?
Okay, I have, as you know, really bad experiences with animals as it is. Like even the nice animals like to come after me. Like horse is not a good time, throwing every time. Dogs, I don't know if I smell like hot dogs or something, but they just come for me and bite me every single time I see a dog. So geese, they're already evil. I don't like them.
I find geese to be quite friendly. In fact, a goose drove me to the ball. So I find them to be quite nice.
Huh.
Geese can drive?
Well, only with a little help from a fairy godmother, of course, but he wasn't a great driver, but he did his best considering he had been a human for about 15 minutes. He did his very best and he got me to the ball safely.
You know, I don't have any strong feelings on geese. It's more the mythical creatures you have to look out for. The next question we've got from Hazel the writer. What is everyone's favorite colors?
Clearly green because I, light my entire room in green, as you can see. And I mean, usually I wear a lot of green, but not today.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't guess mine.
I would guess purple, maybe, just maybe.
No, actually, it's champagne.
Oh,
but good guess.
That is a nice color. I'm partial to blue. If that was a mystery.
Solangelo 58 asked us all how we are doing today. How are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just hanging out. It's pretty late here in Russia. A little tired.
I can't complain. I mean, I'm living the dream, so I can't complain.
Yeah, it's pretty late over here in Greece as well. I'm doing pretty good. Don't know where Herc is. Think he's off doing some heroin. So, um, favorite candy.
I ordered something from North America recently. It's caramel bar. So I was eating that before the stream. We don't have that in Russia, so it's you got interesting things over there.
I never got to eat much candy, but so I guess I don't have a favorite. I prefer baked goods. I'm pretty good at baking, and if I have a sweet tooth, I just like to make something. I'm not really one for candy. Maybe chocolate, just chocolate chips.
Mm-hmm. You know, I tend to stick with the traditional. So, you know, sweet almonds. Oh, hey, Belle.
Hi, I'm so sorry I'm late.
That's
Get stuck
okay.
in the book again.
Yeah, I kind of get lost when I start reading.
I too love a good book, so I understand.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt Meg's answer.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm just talking about traditional sweets. What's your favorite candy?
Oh, that's a good question. I really like cupcakes.
Does that count as a candy?
Well, it counts as a sweet. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, I kind of chocolate as my candy, so I don't know if I count it.
Candy, I guess. Well, I like cherry candies, like those hard candies.
Um, oh, I like this. Isidore Jane asked us all what we would want to eat if we knew it was going to be our last meal.
Oh, that sounds kind of depressing.
Um,
I'm not sure what I would want my meal to be, but I know that I would want it to be made by the staff at the castle.
yeah.
I'll take anything. I'm grateful for anything. I mean, any meal is better than none. And if it was my last one, I suppose I just want to spend it eating with the ones I love, you know, with my prince and with my mice friends and just with everyone who I love.
I'd probably just get I don't know if you guys know, but here in ancient Greece we have sort of like takeaways where they're just bubbling stuff away in giant amphora. So I'd just probably get something like that.
Yeah, I think I don't know, it's hard to pick, but when I was in Paris, I had like a really good steak, and I think I would want to go back there and get just a giant steak.
Paris is a beautiful, beautiful place. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I wish I'd been there on better terms to actually be able to go see things, but I was a little busy.
Oh, I got asked just a quick one from Isidora Jane. Meg, thoughts on being a damsel in distress? I would not class myself as that. I'm a damsel, I'm in distress, but I can handle it. Therefore, no.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Certainly is.
Who needs men? I say, as there's one man on the panel. Um,
Well, I'm sure that Dimitri can relate to not or knowing a damsel, knowing that she's sometimes in distress, but sometimes most of the time she doesn't need help.
Oh yeah, Anya's very dependent. Independent, not dependent. Yeah, you don't need men. I agree.
To all, thoughts on yeeting children?
On wedding?
Yeeting.
Eating?
What?
Yeet.
Yeet.
As in drop kicking a child.
Drop kick? That sounds terrible.
That is
Because-
horrific. Why would you kick a child?
Actually,
Because you're punting them,
if-
you're drop kicking them.
Well, I think those are the same thing.
I will
They are.
say, if Gaston was a child, which he kind of is, I would definitely want to drop kick him.
Oh, no. I don't think any child deserves to be kicked.
I think Gaston did when he was a kid, and he does now.
I mean, two of my old boss's lackeys, Pain and Panic, they quite often appeared as children. I would punt that child. What
What
about
about you,
Dimitri?
Dimitri? Are there any children you'd like to eat?
You know, they do get in the way. I mean, we don't have children yet, but I'm sure I'd like my own, but you know, sometimes you just have plans and there's just a kid there and you can't do what you're planning to do.
What
gotta
are you
eat 'em.
planning to do?
Well, you know, like some of the not like missions or whatever we used to do. And there'd just be like a kid just messing it up. Like you're trying to like go undercover and they're like pointing right at you. Like mind your own business.
So you would drop kick a child?
I don't know if I'd drop kick them, but I would give them a convincing shove out a door, out a window.
Drop
I
kicking
don't know
does
about,
seem a bit intense.
I don't know, it's you drop a child and you kick them. Or you drop one and let Pegasus kick them. Well, thoughts on talking inanimate objects?
Oh, I know plenty about those.
I don't think I've ever heard of talking inanimate objects.
Well, there was a curse on the castle, and all of the inanimate objects talked, really. But they're not all people, and now all of our current inanimate objects don't talk, so there's that.
So you're saying you lived in a haunted castle because they were all possessed?
I used to, but it wasn't really haunted, they were just cursed.
Yeah, it sounds like there were people like the goose that drives
That's
Cinderella.
what possession is.
Is it? Because I feel like possession would mean that there was an object beforehand, they were turned into the objects.
I'm inclined to agree with Belle. I think to be possessed, one must be dead. It must be a ghost, and they weren't ghosts.
No,
as
they
far
weren't
as
ghosts.
I can tell. I don't have much experience with inanimate objects either, but I'm assuming they weren't dead.
Oh.
Does anyone here talk to inanimate objects? I know,
Depends
I
if you
talk to
count
bugs all
Wonder
the
Boy as
time.
one.
Hmm?
It depends if you count Wonder Boy as an inanimate object.
I just talk to mice, except they're not inanimate because they do talk back, but no, I can't say I do.
I yell at books a lot. That's the closest I get.
Like books that talk back or just
No, just books that I get angry at while I'm reading.
Huh.
Like, have you guys read Twilight? Those books are so frustrating. Like, why would Bella even fall for him? He's creepy and stalked her. And he's nothing like Adam.
I've never heard of Twilight.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think it's quite out in ancient Greece yet.
it's a bad book series.
Oh, Isidore Jane said something that I'd quickly like to do a point of clarification on. Isidore Jane said, Meg, the character that inspired us to say kill all men from an early age. I do not say that. I just say, don't get back at someone, get even.
That's some pretty solid advice.
Mm-hmm.
Tobias Monica Tawa said, Bella, are you team Edward or team Jacob? I'm team neither. I'm team Bella should be in a healthy relationship.
I feel everyone should be in a healthy relationship. That's the ultimate goal. Of course, if you're looking for love, it's the ultimate goal. But if you're not, then that's fine too. But if you do want love, then, well, I hope whoever this Bella character is did end up in a healthy relationship.
Kind of. I mean, she did end up in a married relationship, but she had to die first, I think. She became a vampire, and the guy she married did, like, stalk her, but I don't know.
Okay, I was gonna say I related to the bit about having to die first before the healthy relationship, but you know what? The rest of that, never mind.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very happy ending at all. And happy endings are the best sort.
No, also her it's a really strange book series. That's why I was yelling at it.
Now I understand. I think I understand. I might yell at it too. And I don't yell much, but
a wild lesbian asked to all thoughts on blended up cheesecake.
Ooh, why would you do that?
I've never
That
had it.
sounds great.
That sounds like a cheese milkshake.
like you would drink it? Why?
Oh wait, are we talking like well blended or just like mixed together?
I think like put in like something that blends it into like a puree.
Cheesecake is almost a puree already. It would just be a very thick cheese milkshake. I'm very concerned about this.
Well, I feel like a cheesecake flavored milkshake wouldn't taste that bad.
But if you just puree a cheesecake, just a cheesecake.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
mean,
sure I would be a huge fan.
Like they have flavored cheesecake ice cream, and that's kind of the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like our neighbors, the Romans at the moment, they're doing all sorts with their food, so that sounds less disgusting than most of what they're doing.
I think that it sounds terrible, but it would probably taste fine.
It would probably be better than what I ate with my stepmother. Potentially, though I have to try it to be sure.
I'm really curious of what's more disgusting than a blended up cheesecake that the Romans are doing.
Well, we've got they like having like stuffed dormouse. Don't know why, it doesn't seem very nutritional. They're like side dishes, like they're side sauces for pouring on stuff. Rotten fish.
That sounds absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, that's
And that's why we don't speak to them.
just because of their food. Totally understandable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody that makes that kind of stuff up, gotta work
That's
out.
that's fair. That's fair.
Well, we should make a point of being kind to people, even though their food tastes might be questionable at best. But I feel like we should all be kind.
Hey,
I
Cinderella.
I know that French people have weird food as well. I've never personally tried it, but we eat snails.
Oh, but that's delicious.
I know, but some people don't find it that appetizing.
Yeah, well, some people like pickles, so,
I don't see anything wrong with pickles.
well, you're wrong. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to do that question. That's going to open up the whole floodgates.
Oh, yeah. I see the question.
I mean, Tobias, about the Romans being like the neighbor kids, you're not wrong. Uh, Unfortunately, they did stem from us, but we do not take credit for that. We do not want to be associated with that.
Mystical Sims asked Meg, if you had to, would you befriend a Roman?
It depends what's in it for me.
Companionship. If they were a good person and they were kind and they made you happy, you wouldn't be friends with someone simply because they were from Rome.
Good people aren't very common. I've come across one in my entire life, so
Wait, I joined late. Who would that be?
oh, my boyfriend Hercules.
Wait, Hercules like from the myth?
What myth?
Like like the myth that I've read about several times. Hercules, the guy from ancient Greece.
What, like
He did a bunch of tasks for some gods.
Yeah, that would be Herc. Yeah, Wonder Boy really doesn't need to hear that he's in a myth now.
That's so cool. I would love to talk to him.
Maybe one day.
Okay.
To all, favorite hour of the day.
I like that hour. Well, it depends what time of year it is, but the one right before it gets dark where the sun's down, but it's like dusk. The sun's completely down, but it's still kind of dark. Whenever that is.
I like the hour after lunch where Adam and I usually take a walk around the garden, and it's really nice outside.
I love to get up early. I'm not sure exactly what hour, but I try to get up right after the sun rises because although I'm a princess now, I still like to go down to the kitchen and to help prepare breakfast because I enjoy it, and there's no reason to make them all do all the work. They're feeding me, of course. So early morning, bright and early, so that I can help with the household chores before having to go back to my princess duties.
Yeah, I'd be pretty similar in that. Sometimes Herc and I get up early, jump on his, horse with an ego, and head up into the sky to see the sunrise over the horizon, and that's pretty nice.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. I see someone here, Tobias Monica Toa. I'm concerned that you choose violence every day. That a little concerned about that because anger is never the answer.
Yeah, violence isn't good when there's no reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mystical Sims asked to all, if you had to give up one thing the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm assuming something that we enjoy, because I would definitely give up doing laundry in a heartbeat.
Yeah, is this a question of what's the most important thing to us, or what we give up easily?
I'm assuming it would be the most important because, I mean, giving up something you don't enjoy isn't really giving up much of anything at all, is it?
I guess something that I do every day that I really enjoy is reading. But I wouldn't give that up for the world.
Surprisingly, I think I'd be okay giving up the palace. Not my husband, of course, but I don't need to live in a palace. It just sort of came with the territory. But if I had to give something important away, I would just choose to live in a little cottage in the woods. And I don't need a palace. I don't need the lavish. It's not me, but I can be with my lovely prince, so I manage.
I think I'm kind of feel the same way as Cinderella does. Like, I grew up kind of knowing how to be without, and so did Anya. So, I mean, as long as I don't have to give up Anya.
I can very much relate to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up Herc for anything, but can I just give up my trauma? Like, there's plenty to go around.
Sure.
Perfect.
I wish it was that easy, but
Mm.
I would do the same if I could. You and me both.
A wild lesbian asked to all, thoughts on Red Bull mixed with coffee. And I say that is a great way to get a heart attack.
What are those?
Coffee is something that you drink. It has caffeine in it, and I believe Red Bull has even more caffeine in it. It makes you super hyper.
I'm
And your
not a
heart
fan of
beats
coffee.
really, really fast.
I'm not a fan of coffee, so if Red Bull is worse than that, then I would say don't do it, because coffee can make you feel very anxious and unsettled, and I find it better to be calm and centered. And so no, don't mix Red Bull with coffee. Everyone, just do not do that, please.
I think if you need to put Red Bull in your coffee, you don't have strong enough coffee. Like, they got some pretty strong coffee in Europe. Just get some more caffeine in your coffee, in your espresso or something.
I mean, if you're, if you're needing to wake up that badly, just, jump in front of an man lion. Get the heart pounding, just do a little lap around the arena.
That sounds terrifying.
Or have a nice, hearty, healthy breakfast could also help.
Nah.
No, okay. I am concerned for all of you now.
It is what it is. I don't think we need to answer the favorite flavor of trauma. That question looks like it would open up the floodgates. I think we can all just safely assume that all four of us are traumatized in our own ways.
Shiabutta asked, Meg, thoughts on Hades? What can you say about Hades other than he is just a rat? And I really wish I'd been more conscious for watching her get a good few punches in. Anyone who takes advantage of someone else's grief is a terrible person, especially when they're god of the dead.
That doesn't sound fun. Mystical Sims asked me any good fantasy book series that I recommend. Well, classic would be, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Those are really good books. Also,
you have them? They're like new releases here.
Oh, yeah, those are like some of the oldest fantasy stories like ever. The time stuff is weird, but yes, we do have those. I have several copies here in the palace and also at home with my father. Also, another good fantasy book series would be, I think, The Lord of the Rings. Have you guys read any good fantasy books?
I never really got into reading because I never really had books when I was younger, and I was constantly, working at the palace, and we never really got time to even have a break, hardly, just to sleep, and then you're back up working again. So I never got in the habit of it.
I used to read poetry with my father. I don't remember all of the names because it was more about spending time with him. I'm sure I read many, many, many fantasy novels over the years, but I don't remember them.
That's understandable.
Yeah. For me, there's been some really good plays out recently about Dionysus' younger days, but I probably have to ask him whether they're counted as fantasy or not. They might just be an autobiography. You never know with him.
People in the chat are saying that time is an illusion, and I agree.
I'm sure Fairy Godmother can play with time if she would like. I don't think that's happened to me, but
well, you would never know.
I suppose not.
Is your fairy godmother Kronos?
No, not as far as I know. She is an old woman, And sometimes an old woman. Sometimes she changes form. It's very confusing. I'm not sure who she is. All I know is that she helped me. But I don't think that my fairy godmother is Cronus. Though I really don't know.
I mean, from my experience, that does sound like some sort of Greek god you're messing with.
I'm not
That would be
messing with. Not messing with. She came to me. But I might ask her a few questions now.
That would be really cool. That would make for a very interesting story.
I suppose it would, though I don't know if I want much more excitement in my life than I've already had. But I'll ask and I'll get back to you, Meg.
Although, Meg, would Kronos appear as a fairy godmother? Wouldn't he just appear as some other cooler form?
Well, I can say for sure it's, one of the gods. I can't speak for them, but you know what they say, beware a Greek bearing gift. So if they are a Greek god, oh honey, you got a big storm coming.
That's terrifying. Let's look for another question.
Thank you for complimenting the butterflies on my dress. Yes, thank you so much. Another gift from fairy godmother, who I don't think is a vengeful Greek god, but yes, butterflies were my mother's favorite. They were my father's favorite, and so they just ended up on the dress. And I like them very much.
They look really beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So are butterflies your favorite animal? Or
Butterflies are
that's
animals.
yeah,
well,
they are.
butterflies are animals. They do count, but
Animal, vegetable, mineral.
they're bugs technically, but there's no reason to exclude them.
But bugs are animals.
Yes. But that is a difficult question because I do love butterflies, but mice, I'm partial to mice and lizards and geese and chickens and my horses. But if I had to choose, I can't choose. I think the mice would be very angry with me if I said it wasn't mice, specifically Jacques. I don't think Gus would care, but Jacques might be a bit offended.
What about the rest of you guys?
Our favorite animals?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
that's
always feel like you can tell a lot about a person.
Well, I'm not very fond of wolves, but dogs are very, very good animals. Wild wolves are very aggressive.
I mean, does it count if the animals don't like me back? Because I don't mind dogs, but they mind me. Like, I feel like I'd be a dog person if they just would stop biting me.
I think I'm going to change my answer to horses because I've always enjoyed spending time with horses and riding horses.
Interesting.
What about you?
Well, I'm a fan of lions if they're a rug. Pegasi if they're far away from me. To all from Mystical Sims, favorite person in your life other than your significant other in your past or now?
Oh, I would say my father.
It's quite sad because I would say my mother, but I don't remember her quite well enough. But my father was a very kind and gentle man. But as of late, surprisingly, my stepsister Anastasia has been sort of turning it around a bit. I wouldn't say she's my favorite person, but she has been working harder on not being so terrible. But overall, I thank my father and I miss him dearly every day.
For me, you know, I may rag on him a lot, but that old goat full of TDs.
I don't know. I think Anya's like the first, like, best friend and good person to be around that I've had. We don't. I don't really have friends. I just hang out with her, and like I didn't really have family either.
That's fair. Meg, thoughts on demigods? None of my business.
Do you know any demigods? Well, Hercules is a demigod, right?
No. Well, it's a hard one. The Herc I know, he, like, his mother and father are both gods, Hera and Zeus. But he did have his godhood drained from him as a child, but then he sort of got it back, but then he gave it up to be with me. So it's a very confusing definition for him.
Gotcha.
I've met a couple, but you know, men.
Yes. A wild lesbian asked to all, favorite thing to do in your free time?
I really enjoy going to parks, looking at statues, just having a moment of quiet contemplation.
Sometimes I like to dress down and go to the town and see my subjects, talk to them. You know, just spend time outside. The palace can get quite stuffy, so sometimes it's just nice to walk around. I think people forget that I was raised on a farmhouse. I'm not adjusted quite yet to living in a palace, so that's what I tend to do. Just walk around. Sometimes my husband comes with me, and it's very nice and pleasant just to see what people are up to.
Yeah, I just like to take a nice walk by the river sometimes and kind of decompress if I'm not working or. I guess.
I do very much enjoy reading, but when I'm not reading, I like to go over to my papa's house and help him out with whatever inventions he's making.
That's nice. I'm glad you have a nice relationship with your father. It's a very
Me
nice
too.
thing to have.
Oh, it's almost so quiet. You can hear the muses singing that I'm wrong.
Isadora Jane asked to all fire or ice.
In what context?
Like in general, because I would say ice because it's
I think
cold.
in general.
In general, ice. I suppose I'll choose ice, though. I have an interesting relationship with fire. That's how I got my name, of course. But ice is blue and it's nice and cool, and I like winter. Maybe both. Can I say both?
I would definitely say ice. I've had some bad experiences with fire, but I do very much enjoy the snow.
I'd go with fire. You know, the River of Souls is kind of cold, so I prefer the heat.
Yeah, I think fire too, just because there's a lot of snow up here and I get kind of sick of it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of winter. So I guess fire, like if I'm sitting by it or
Certainly not
Yeah.
if you're on fire.
like I don't know whether it's like what context it is in.
I do like Solangelo 58's question. To all, we're all aware that men are overrated. Sorry, Dimitri, but I have to ask, ever considered women? Yes, but I am with her.
There are rather beautiful women in the village, but I am in love with Adam. I know that's a very similar answer to Meg's, but
And mine as well. I can't say personally I've ever considered women, but people do, and it's all love is beautiful.
I think I somehow managed to find one of the very few men who are respectful, although it did take some time for him to learn to be kind, but that is something that you can learn to do.
And I mean, I understand I was shown nothing but mistreatment for most of my life, but then I found my prince and he loves me for me, and I think I got quite lucky because I do understand many men are not quite the gentlemen that us princesses have been blessed with.
I mean, I don't know how it is for you guys, but the way that's phrased seems like something else. But here in Greece, well, it's whoever you like, go for it. Oh, Dimitri, if you didn't work all the time, what would you do? Just because we feel bad for leaving you out of that question.
I think I feel like I need to travel. Like I feel like I need to come visit your kingdoms because there's all this magic that you're talking about, and inanimate objects talking, and animals talking, and driving, and Meg's got gods and weird foods next door in Rome. Like I feel like I haven't seen anything. I just kind of went to Paris and went back to Russia again.
I mean, you're always welcome in my kingdom. You can stay in the palace and everything. You'd be welcomed as a friend. Traveling would be a great use of your time, I think.
I mean, I'd say you're welcome here, but, might be a bit different by the time you get here.
Oh.
Well, time.
Well, apparently it comes to this point. We've got magic, so I'm sure it's not gonna be a problem. I just need a fairy godmother to send me there.
You can
Oh,
borrow mine.
gross.
She's very kind. She's very kind. You can borrow mine. I'm sure she'd be
Oh.
very happy to send you.
Well, we think she's very kind. We're not
Yeah.
sure.
We
She
don't
might
we
be
don't know
eventually
for sure
kind.
whether she's Kronos. She could just be a kind fairy godmother.
I
But
have my theories that she is a manifestation of my mother. I have plenty of theories, but I think that she is kind. I feel that she is. She got me out of a terrible situation, and she gave me a chance. So I think fairy godmother is kind.
Let's start looking for final questions for everybody to answer. Mystical Sims asked, there's another question. Which one do we want to?
I don't mind.
You can choose whatever.
Okay. I feel like the one about the most beautiful place would be a lovely way to end the stream. Isadora Jane asked to all, most beautiful place you can think of. I can go first. There are these lovely fields just outside of town, and when the sun's setting, it's just the colors of the sky. Just it's so beautiful, and I love spending time out there. I used to spend a lot of time reading there before I was living in the castle.
The most beautiful place that I've ever been is the palace gardens, especially on the night that I met my prince. It's gorgeous, beautiful fountains. There's a lovely swing, and it's our special place. We go there when we want to be alone for a while, and there's roses and shrubbery, and it's just gorgeous. And I could spend hours in that garden.
Yeah, I think near, like, when I was talking about walking near the river, there's like a bridge with, like, you can see all the lights from the city when you're walking along it, or like a boardwalk area. Me and Anya like to go walk there, so I feel like that's the best place in the city, and I haven't been many places, so I'm gonna go with that.
Well, most aesthetically beautiful would have to be the small glimpse I saw from the entrance of Olympus. Either that or in Herc's arms. Anywhere is beautiful then.
All right. What a sweet way to end the panel. We should sign off. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your masks, socially distance, make good choices.
And if a god offers you something in exchange for your soul, don't do it.
And if a really rude guy asks for a hand in marriage, don't do it. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Hey guys, this is the writer. I just wanted to say real fast, thank you all so much for joining us live. I do have a couple of cool announcements. One of these is that we will be doing a a couples live stream on Valentine's Day. So we have couples from different fandoms joining us, and we're super excited for that panel. So we can't wait to do that one. And then the other announcement is that we are extending our live stream applications. So if you're over the age of 18 and a cosplayer from any of the fandoms that we've been doing, head to our website and you can apply now. If you've applied and we haven't reached out to you yet, we'll be reaching out after the applications close on February 25th to everybody that's applied so far. So thank you all so much to people who have applied and those interested in applying. We really encourage you to go check that out. And besides that, we hope you have a lovely day. We can't wait to see you guys. Tomorrow is a Rodiverse panel, so back to our roots. And then Sunday on Valentine's Day, we're doing a version of the Newlywed Game. We're calling it the Couples Game of Who Knows Who Best. And we're going to have couples into the fandoms. So that's going to be a super big blast. But yeah, thank you guys all so much. Have a wonderful day. I hope you guys all are doing really well. It doesn't look like it. It's like when I got on the Avatar panel on Kyoshin, everyone's wearing just like, and it looks great. I loved everybody's cosplays, but like, you know, modernized version of the characters, and I'm trying to wrap fabric around me because I don't have the costume done. I just need fabric for it. And I was like, now I realized I could have just put on a green short. Dang it. Yeah, no, it all looked really good. I'm really excited now to finish the cosplay. I'm prioritizing my college cosplay right now just because I don't know why I am though. But next step after I move will be getting the Kyoshi cosplay done. So luckily it's pretty simple. I found a fantastic blog post that like breaks down what each like historically based costume piece is in her costume, like what it's based on. And then since it's based on like historical Japanese clothing, it's pretty simple to put together because their clothing is all really like it's squares, it's boxes and rectangles. And so I'm like, oh yay. Yeah, and I also don't have to like do any circles or, you know, curved lines at all. It's just squares and wrapping the fabric properly. Yes, I'm excited. Yeah. The big issue I have is picking fabrics out now because like, I don't know, the show doesn't have patterns because with animation, like, you don't usually do too many patterns in it. But also, like, it would look kind of weird just to do flat colors on everything. And so I need to figure out what patterns